update from Jennifer from the EDC, and good morning to you.
Good morning. It is drizzly out there. I forgot what that was like after the downpour of rain.
Yes, and the other thing too is that we've been noticing later and later does it get light out as we are in the thick of the fall, moving into winter for sure.
Yeah, when I wake up and start to walk my dog and it's still dark outside, it's a little sad for me.
And it's moving fast, so tomorrow will be 3 minutes shorter than today. And it keeps moving faster and faster before we get to that.
It's not till the beginning of November that we...
Winter solstice.
That we
fall back?
Set back, right?
When do we do it this year?
Uh-oh. Trick question. Yeah. Anybody?
Fall back on November 3rd.
Yeah.
What's going on with the EDC?
Well, we don't have any big events to really promote right now, so I thought I'd come in and give you an update on work that we have been doing.
Okay.
And a few events that you can put on your calendar that are upcoming, but more in December, so you'll get more information about that. But we've noticed, I know that we've come in and talked with you quite a bit about our opportunity zones. They're still kind of evolving. We still don't have an actual finalized guidelines from Treasury and IRS on them, but we are still seeing a lot of interest, and Treasury has said move forward as if these guidelines are set in stone. Depending on when those projects go forward, we'll base that on when the guidelines went forward. So if you've got the draft ones and you have a project and it's moving forward now, then those are your draft, or those are your guidelines. Okay. So we've got 2 of them here in our area, and we have had over the last, it really is this last month, we've had probably 8 to 10 calls from investors looking for potential projects. And our biggest one that I think that has the most potential really is this Johns Prairie area one, only because it really is inside our UGA. It has generally water, sewer to it. The other one is the Camilche Valley, and that is outside of our urban growth area, so it's limited in what you can put on it unless the tribe wants to develop, and then they set their own regulations for their land. So we've been working with them quite a bit on how to build that area as a potential place for businesses, for projects, for even their own internal ones to be able to get outside investors for.
So people are calling up and they are saying, let's mark my name down, I'm ready to go. What are the next steps before anything, like before you see anything or somebody agrees that this is a great place for a project? Or
well, the projects that you guys are seeing moving now with opportunity funds are projects that were ready to actually be moving forward. So they were almost ready to break ground. They were at the final stages of their planning, all of that. So we didn't have any projects like that. Our projects now are really building up what those projects looks like, making sure that they're to the actual, because the opportunity investors aren't going to be your only funding source. You are going to have other funding partners. You're going to have that whole basket set up, your project set up. So if we talk about our hotel potential investment, we have developers that are ready. They are looking at, because the area that they're looking at is firmly within an opportunity zone. So what does that mean? They still have to do the land acquisition. They still have to do the planning for the hotel. Parts of that can be done with the opportunity fund investors, but parts of that already need to be done. It's that final package. So we don't have a we don't have a project right now that is 100% ready to move forward. So we are working with those developers to add that as part of their funding structure.
Are you going to have more opportunities for folks to either meet and talk about this, or are there ways that you're, in addition to this and information on the website, like I don't know if they're called, like planning sessions or strategy meetings where
we are doing landowner meetings. If you are a landowner within those opportunity zones, we have found that either the federal government hasn't done a good job of getting that out, our local governments, or the local nonprofits. We have a finite amount of reach that we have. So the word hasn't spread very much as to what you can do within these. So there are a lot of landowners that don't even know that they're within this designation.
Wow.
So we've been working with the county with their GIS. If you haven't worked with them, do. They are great. And for anybody who loves maps, like I do, it's a lot of fun. But we've put together maps of every property owner that is within those two zones. And really our outreach is focused on, it's kind of two-pronged. It's focused on them to say, don't move your land. If you've got developable land, don't move it into long-term forest yet. Let's look at potentially, is it in an area that has your utilities? Is it in a place where investors and developers are looking at? Let's start marketing your property to those people. It does get a little bit different with the Camilche Valley one because, again, it is outside of the UGA, so you are limited in the size of building that you can put down there. So working with the tribe, I think, on a commercial side, if they want to see retail down there, or if they want to, I don't know, put a bowling alley in. We keep pushing it.
Just putting that out there.
But those are types of projects that you can see done in that area on tribal land. So they're a big partner on that. So really it's reaching out to those people to say, let's look at what this designation can do. Because once you move it into long-term forest or residential in some of those places, let's break it up and do, an R20 into R5s. That doesn't give you as much ability to, if you're going to change that or that zoning, let's change it to something that potentially can reap you more benefits.
It would be exciting to see some of this get moved on. I know it's been a couple of years now. 17, I think, is when that tax bill was passed and the opportunity zones were in there. So before you know it, hopefully something will happen.
Right?
ChooseMason.com. We'll have more to talk about with Jennifer in the upcoming weeks. So it's good to see you.
You too. I just also wanted to give a shout out to the SR3 Freight Corridor meeting last week. Very well attended. We've got a Spotlight Shelton next week on the 30th at 6 p.m. at the Civic Center. And really it's talking about upcoming projects, completed projects, and those are the ones that you don't want to know about until you see that, oh, my road is shut down in front of me. So it really is important to come out and to talk with staff, talk with the council, find out what's going on, and become as engaged as you can be.